Hey Pop Culture Overload fans, Jason X here, and I got another video review for you. Really wasn't thinking about doing this one, but I figured I'd show him off just because I really like this guy. This is the 6-inch Classics Thundercat Lion-O. And of course we got Lion-O in a larger scale, and it looked really cool, but this size is more in scale with the new Thundercats line, which some of those figures I reviewed earlier. Or later on, or a couple, you know when I reviewed them. Anyway. And Lion-O is really nice. He's got this battle cry face going on here with a lot of detail on there. Let me just zoom in on that. I really like how that translates. And something fell behind me. But Lion-O, he comes with a lot of accessories, just like the larger version did. I just tore that piece off of there. Like with the larger figure we got, he has this little piece here that can hang off of his waist and hold his gauntlet. And I'll go ahead and get into his accessories. He's got the claw shield here with a smaller Sword of Omens. It's very nice looking too. And that fits right inside the claw shield, so you actually got a slot in there for it. And he also has, of course, the Sword of Omens, and that is a really good looking Sword of Omens. It's made out of that really soft plastic, so you can pretty much bend this thing however you want, but it retains its shape pretty well. Now if you want to put the claw shield on, you're just going to take his arm, well his hand, and pop it off. Now the other Lion-O had kind of a ball joint and kind of a hinge here. This guy just has the ball joint, but it snaps pretty easy. You see the peg inside of there. Throw that in there, and there you go. He holds his sword very well. Doesn't have a lot of interchangeable hands like the larger figure does, but he has a lot of articulation. He's got this orange hinge here, which it kind of plagues these Bandai figures a little bit. The unpainted hinges are hinges that are just not painted like the piece that it comes from. But what are you gonna do? He's got an ankle tilt. Got the back and forth. He's got a swivel right there. It can go all the way around. And he's got one right at the thigh too. Got some double jointed knee action there for you. And that looks pretty cool. Got a waist articulation and an ab crunch, which is actually more of a ball joint. You got a ball jointed shoulders, single jointed arms, and you've got this interesting like kind of like you can do a little bit with this. The head, it rotates, but I think there's a ball joint under there, but it's hindered a lot because there's not a lot of room in there, just pretty much hair and chin. So regardless, he can get a lot of nice poses out of this guy. Of course, the classic, oh! But to compare him, give him that sassy pose there, here's our Classics Lion-O with the new 2011 Lion-O. Now what amazes me is like the head sculpt on the Classics one is very good, very detailed. The one on the new version is not so much. I mean, it's very plain. There's not a lot of molded detail, it's just there. Lion-O's is much better. And it's good to have this kind of in scale. If they ever did like a crossover or something, you got the new Lion-O with the old Lion-O. And I'm glad they made them in this scale finally. Another comparison shot. Here is the larger Classics Lion-O that we got. And maybe one day I'll get around to reviewing this guy because I didn't like him after I got the new one. Of course, he's a bigger size. He's pretty much got the same amount of articulation, except he's got some different, got like a hinge and the ball joint in there. But still, exact same articulation as you find on the new 6-inch Lion-O. And I like the colors better on the newer one. This one is more of a shiny appearance, which is good for the claw shield, but this kind of gloss on here, This one just seems a more natural tone while still maintaining the detail. Even they got the belt paint right, well, the same on both of them. But essentially this is just an upsized version with a different head. But otherwise, this is a very good Lion-O. Fits in scale with the other 6-inch Thundercats. I'm hoping they continue to keep this line going, just because I like the Thundercats. I would love to see a Panthro and maybe a Tigra in this scale, even Chitara, maybe even an updated version of Snarf. Nah, I hate Snarf. Nah, no Snarf. So anyway, guys, this has been my review of the 6-inch Classics Lion-O from the Thundercats line, and I'm Jason the X, and until next time, I'll see you later.